CNN is going to lock some of its content behind a paywall. And some are saying this is basically a Hail Mary pass as cable news implodes. The story, thank you to a local subscriber. Go to alisonmar.locals.com and you also can put in ideas for stories for commentary or for interviews. You can put in your questions, alisonmar.locals.com. $5 a month. It's a great way to support the show. And the article from Mediaite, we're going to look at a bunch, but this is the article from Mediaite, and it says CNN to lock content behind paywall as cable television erodes industry-wide. Report. Now, some people may not believe that this is what's happening, that it's, having any kind of issue whatsoever, and this just following a trend that many outlets have started over the last several years to try to make some extra revenue. And that is, go to the site, you want to read the article, New York Times does it, Washington Post does it. Now, we all know, a lot of us know the archive website trick where you can put the URL in and then get a free version of it. Who knows how long that's going to last? But a lot of outlets have been doing this for a while. So why are some people saying that this is a sign that CNN is not doing very well and that it is a sign that cable news itself is not doing very well? That is what we're going to talk about today. One thing that you can do to support this show so that my content doesn't end up entirely behind a paywall, which nobody would pay anyway to watch. I don't have that kind of opinion of myself, I guess. But anyway, but you can go to AlisonWinePromo.com and sign up for my wine club and then get 6 bottles of amazing wines every 3 months. We're all drinking the same wines. I got this one here from Chile. These are all selected specifically for what I like, which is clean products. These wines are harvested. The grapes are harvested for the wines, I should say, in regions of the world where there's very few pesticides because they're from regions of the world where there's hardly any people. Some of these vineyards are between 6,000 and 9,000 feet in elevation. They're from now different countries. We used to do just Argentina extreme wines, extreme altitude wines. Now these are Chile, France, Italy, Spain, and Argentina. Small family operations. Some have been around for hundreds of years, and they all come with great stories to learn about the wines and also support the work. So AlisonWinePromo.com. You'll always have a gift for somebody. If you're not somebody who drinks wine, but you bring wine to a party or to a holiday meal or something like that, then you don't have to worry about going and bringing terrible wine from the grocery store, and you can support free speech. So let's go back over to what I want to show you here. The Mediaite article we'll start with, and it essentially says that the New York Times, they're quoting that the cable television basically industry erodes nationwide. This is now prompting CNN to lock content behind a paywall. And according to the Times, which cited 2 unnamed sources familiar with the network's plan, CNN will begin experimenting with charging readers to gain access to online content in October as part of a bid to shore up its business as cable television erodes industry-wide. Now, in January, they bring up the fact that just months after the new CEO of CNN Worldwide, Mark Thompson, was named, he hinted at a CNN subscription model. And we've seen leadership at CNN has been changing, and the new leadership is trying very difficult new paths, I guess, to bring more revenue back to CNN. The reality, though, is that what could be the real problem with CNN is that they just don't have as many people watching. And so is the subscription model going to work for them if at the end of the day, fewer people are going to CNN? Reality is that this is my personal opinion, but the reality is we have this very partisan network news environment now with outlets that are overtly trying to grab a particular part of the political pie. CNN has continued to purport itself to be an objective, balanced outlet, but it's not. And I frankly think that, me personally, if I was going to go in there and just try to revamp CNN and they were going to keep the news exactly the way it is, okay, we're going to keep doing journalism the way we do it right now, then I think they should just be honest about their biases and then just continue to compete on their particular demo instead of this fake, we have no bias, we're objective. It's just not true. And so the people who really want objectivity, I don't think, watch CNN because it's not objective. And the people who want partisan news don't watch it because it's not partisan enough. And so they're kind of in this. This is just, like I said, this is just my read on it. And I think one of the reasons they've lost viewers is that they're not going hard enough at the angry hackery like MSNBC does on the left, but they're also, they're not really objective. So they don't do either. And also then finally the major networks and cable outlets mostly lean left. I mean, we have Fox News Channel, obviously, that leans right, but they pretty much are the monopoly. There's just not a whole lot out there. We've seen the rise of things like, OAN, but I'm talking about the mainstream brands. And so Fox has basically the monopoly, and then all the other brand names, NBC, CNN, CBS, MSNBC, ABC, they share a part of an increasingly smaller pie, and they all fight for that pie. There's a lot of them on the left. So the Variety article you're seeing here, CNN.com subscription plans unveiled, access for premium features cost $3.99 a month, $29.99 a year. I don't think it's that expensive, but I also don't think, this is just me, like, I don't think the average CNN viewer is going to go for this. And the reason why is because I don't think CNN viewers are that committed. Now, I know people who are basically like, they turn to CNN all the time, like they have it on their TVs or it's on the airport or something like that. But it's just because, like the people I know, it's just because that's what they've always done. It's always been the 24-hour station, so you always know there's something going on with the news on CNN, and so they turn it on. It was the beginning of 24-hour news, but they're not patriots of CNN. You know what I mean? They're not like they're not like diehards. They're not coming back because they love the CNN brand. They're like all about CNN. I think it's just because they've just always been watching CNN because it was the beginning of 24-hour news. And I don't know if those people are going to be willing to shell out the money. They're not diehards. You know what I mean? It's just because it's there. Love the one you're with, and I don't think they're going to do it, but we'll see. This article says that it's not going to be all of their content. It's going to be certain parts of their content. Heavy users will be asked to consider starting a subscription to the site, which will begin to offer more content behind a paywall that executives at the Warner Brothers Discovery outlet hope will entice them to pay a little extra, $3.99 a month or $29.99 a year. The company unveiled its subscription hopes in July, and it says, the quote, "The hope is that these are our first very early steps to building a direct-to-consumer business," Alex McCallum, Executive Vice President of Digital Products and Services for CNN Worldwide, said during an interview. "We want this to be a very robust business line that complements the affiliate revenue we have and our advertising revenue." I can't blame them for wanting to go direct to consumer. Obviously, I try to go direct to consumer. I wish in some ways that I was more direct to consumer. It's hard though. It's hard to get people to sign up. There are those people who do and support this show, and I'm very grateful for them. But with so many choices out there and a lot of them free, I don't blame people for just saying, look, I can't afford it, or I'm busy, I have other things to do. If you are somebody, however, wants to support the show, you can always send me real mail instead of signing up somewhere else. P.O. Box 3355, Denellen, Florida, 34432. I get very generous donations. I get seeds that grow well in Florida. I have gotten silver dollars. I have gotten notes of encouragement, bookmarks, artwork, nice photographs, all kinds of cool stuff. People saying, I really love hearing from you. The kids open the mail on the way home, so make sure it's not creepy and nothing edible unless you want to get me like a half cow or a whole cow or something like that. We'll talk about how to have that delivered without it rotting at the post office. And like I said, you can always go to AlisonMorrow.locals.com and sign up there. Back to this article from Variety. They say, and this is somebody who's been working on this transition, that they have this massive audience, over 150 million people using CNN.com every month. And that the idea, oh, sorry, 150 million every month, I think they're talking about is the TV viewer. I don't know. They're not specific here. Millions and millions of people come to us through CNN.com many times a week. The idea is to take a product that already exists and add some more value to it. I personally don't think that those people are going to pay. I just don't. I think a lot of people go to CNN because they, like I said, it has kind of old school brand recognition. I don't think they're diehards. I don't know if they're going to pay. In other words, I think they'll probably do what a lot of people do, which is they get to the site, it says you have to pay, and then they go somewhere else to see where the free content is. It says the company declined to reveal the number of free articles one might have to read to trigger the paywall. The rate of adoption of the subscription offer could help CNN understand how many free articles to offer. And it says subscribers to CNN.com will see fewer digital ads. They will also have access to exclusive features, including a library of flash documentary programs on recent topics, interactive feature that allows users to examine the two presidential candidates' various paths. Also, they'll get more video products, greater reliance on recognizable CNN anchors and correspondents from around the world. And also that the text articles will still be very important, but over time we do want to lean into, quote, this video and giving subscribers access to experts in particular topics. So they are, kind of transitioning from text. They want to do more video. And then it says essentially like that they may feel new pressure to succeed in streaming because many of its rivals have already started to gain traction. CBS, NBC, ABC already run multiple hours of streaming. Okay. So who knows? And who knows if it's going to work, and who knows why they pulled the string on this right now. I don't totally know for sure. I want to show you this video quickly, which it makes an interesting point. But before I do that, if you are somebody who struggles with cavities, dental health, whatnot, then go to greenpasture.org and use promo code Allison for 10% off at checkout. My family has used the fermented cod liver oil, concentrated butter oil blend for over 10 years. My dad was just on the show talking about how he was told by his dentist he had to have root canals. He was able to heal his teeth naturally. No pain by taking this product. I used to have cavities all the time when I went to the dentist. And then, really rapidly after starting this, I'd go to the dentist and they would say, wow, your teeth look amazing. But they never really cared often what I was doing to repair my teeth. But anyway, this is what I took. Okay. It's fermented cod liver oil and concentrated butter oil mixed together. I like the cinnamon tingle flavor gel, but they also make capsules. And there's a lot of great products at greenpasture.org, but this is what I take. So go shop over there, get your cod liver oil, pastured butter oil blend, and don't forget to use Allison at checkout for your promo code ALISON, greenpasture.org. So showing this, this nice lady here, who is going to tell us from Straight Arrow News what she thinks about this. I'm just going to show this one section.
If you want to know more from Darcy's newsletter, you'll have to subscribe because it's behind a paywall. But The Verge and CNN seem to be reversing the recent trend of news sites getting rid of paywalls. Earlier this year, Axios, which is not behind a paywall, reported on several sites who rid themselves of their subscription plans, including TechCrunch and Quartz. And then there was Time Magazine, which in conjunction with the company's 100th anniversary, removed its paywall on its website. Time CEO speaking about it to CNN, coincidentally.
We believe that getting access to time.com is critical. We believe that being able to reach audiences that are diverse, that are global, that are younger, to have our content available to everyone, everywhere globally for free is really important, not only for the next decade, for the next 100 years. And this was not a hard decision for.
Okay, I don't buy that at all. I don't buy it at all that it's crucial for diversity or whatever else. I think it didn't work. I think probably readership went down and their advertisers were not getting the views that they wanted, and they figured it would be better to get the views back up and keep their advertisers happy than continue this subscription model. And I do think with outlets like Time, CNN, I just don't think you have the diehards that are going to pay. And I think you'll notice probably the paywall goes away with CNN. I don't know, I could be wrong, but I don't believe what she's saying. I think that's a I think that is a massaged message saying that this is all about just making sure younger generations and diverse audiences have free access. I think it just didn't work. They didn't make the money, and so they went backwards on it.
For me as the CEO of Time, this is important in terms of the news cycle that we're in and making our trusted journalism available.
But now come the yet to be answered questions. How many people will pay for CNN's content, and will it lead to other networks following suit? A good barometer for the success of the paywall strategy would be to see how Time has been doing since its switch. Adweek took a close look over the summer and found that Time's advertising revenue rose since ditching the paywall structure. Adweek went on to report further, but that part
so what does that tell you? Their advertising revenue went up when they ditched the paywall. Probably because they were getting more views, and we're getting fewer views when they add the paywall. So yeah, and the lady says it's about diversity. It's not about diversity. It's about making money. It always has been.
It's behind a paywall. For Straight Arrow News, I'm Lauren Taylor. Visit our website, san.com, or download the Straight Arrow News app.
You've heard it here. What do you guys think? Do you think CNN's going to be able to make it work? No? Yes? Maybe? I don't know.